So this might be my first ever video which is applicable to all sorts of hair. Male, female, long, short, thick or fine. Every hair tip that we'll be covering in today's video will apply to you. We're going to briefly discuss what causes frizzy hair, some quick tips and tricks on how to deal with frizziness, and finally, we're going to explore one or two long-term solutions which revolve around your lifestyle. As always, before we get into it, if you enjoy or find this video helpful, a thumbs up is greatly appreciated. It lets me know you guys like seeing these types of videos. Subscribe if you haven't already. We're honing in on 200,000 subscribers and it'd be cool to have you guys there. What causes frizzy hair? Breaking it down into a very simple sentence, frizziness can only occur in hair that is dry. And so there's your answer. Whenever your hair is lacking moisture, frizziness occurs. And so with that crucial fact established, some of your most common causes include humidity, particularly in the summer months, overwashing your hair. If you shampoo too often, you're likely to be experiencing dry and frizzy hair. We'll get into exactly what too often looks like a little later on in this video. Harsh products, this is where it counts to get familiar with the ingredients list. Parabens, sulfates, and alcohol are your main culprits here. Heat tools, as you apply external heat, you're promoting dryness. So we've covered the most common causes of frizzy hair. But what should you do when you inevitably need to wash, style, or blow dry? When it comes to washing your hair, I highly advise you steer clear of mass manufactured drugstore brands. They're not all bad. I think one of the benefits of drugstore brands is the fact that they're widely accessible. You can simply walk into your local drugstore and pick a bunch up on offer. However, the main issue with these is that they typically contain parabens, sulfates, and alcohol, which inevitably dries out your hair every time you wash. Personally, since switching to shampoo bars several years ago, I haven't really looked back. However, I understand that not many of you would have ever even tried one, maybe not even heard of one. And so if you'd like me to make a video all about shampoo bars and how you can get started, be sure to drop a thumbs up on this video. If it gets 2,500 likes, I'll be sure to post that as soon as possible. So starting with clean towel dried hair once you've come out of the shower, we're going to be applying a hair oil. I'm using Blumon's Cloud Control, who have kindly sponsored today's video. If you've watched my videos over the past few years, you'll know I've used this hair oil ever since its launch. Investing into a decent hair oil is something I would always recommend, as it will stay with you throughout your entire hair journey. Regardless of whether you have short or long hair, thick or fine hair, a hair oil will always be able to provide some benefit, which is why I think it's always worth investing. It has a blend of 12 oils which all target dry hair. Start by applying no more than 2 to 5 drops. It's always better to start small and then apply more as required. Comb that through to ensure even distribution. I then follow this up with a hair cream, which again is another product which will stay with you throughout your entire hair journey. I'm using a Send volume cream here, which is another styling product by Blumon. It has a really nice and flexible hold, which easily makes it one of the best pre-stylers I've ever used, as it can be applied into long, short, thick or fine hair, again for a beneficial result. And before we get into the blow drying process, I would usually recommend applying a heat protectant. However, Blumon's hair cream already has heat protectant built in, so we're knocking out 2 steps in one. Patience goes a really long way when it comes to blow drying. Use a medium heat and then fluctuate between the medium and fast speed setting on your blow dryer. Once your hair is about 60 to 70% dry, you're going to want to assess whether your hair is likely to get frizzy by the time you're entirely done with the blow drying. This will come with experience, but I invite you to ask yourself, could my hair do with a little more hair oil? Could my hair do with a little more hair cream? And so on. And that summarizes the quick fix segment of this video. I'll be sure to link all of the products that I used as well as my suggestions down in the description. And again, a massive thank you to Blumon for sponsoring today's video. I've mentioned it in so many other videos and I'm sure I'll mention it again, but you need to stop washing your hair too often. To put it in very simple terms, when you shampoo, you're stripping your hair of all of its oil. In response to this, your scalp senses the dryness caused by the shampoo and overproduces sebum to compensate for the lack of oil. You then create a cycle of dependency, which is fantastic for all of the hair care brands out there, by feeling like you need to shampoo every single day to fight the constant buildup of oil. The optimal number of times in which you should wash your hair will differ from person to person, but ultimately I think it comes down to figuring that out for yourself. If you're watching this video and you shampoo every single day, try switching to maybe 5 times per week and then working your way down. try going to every other day until you ultimately get to that 2 to 3 times per week. We've discussed this point throughout the video, but switching out those harsh hair products will arguably have the biggest difference in your hair's health down the line. Some immediate changes would be switching out your drugstore shampoo for a shampoo bar, or switching out your styling products for paraben-free alternatives, such as the Blue Mon products which I used earlier in this video. Another long-term fix is assessing your diet. A diet with an abundance of fruit, veg, and protein is going to be your best bet. I'm going to refer you to one of my older videos in which I explore my diet for optimal hair growth. And last but not least, integrating a hair care practice at least once per week. For example, this could be applying a hair oil mask once per week. You could argue this is a short-term fix, but by committing to the practice at least once per week, you're going to see a greater difference in your hair's health long-term. Another example might be going for a maintenance haircut every 4 to 6 weeks to trim the dry ends of your hair, which, as you can tell by my bun, I haven't done myself in a while, so we all have areas to work on. But that is all for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, a thumbs up is greatly appreciated. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. It's free to do, and you can always change your mind later. All of the products I've used will be linked in the description, along with any discounts that I have. But until then, I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.